Hello all. Donald Trump wants the world to look like the Middle East. Let me explain. He has a vision of what the world should look like. It's built off of some sensible observations. Trump is right to point out that we've sacrificed a lot to build the American world system over the past 70 years. We pay to keep trade safe and open. The rest of the world gets a free ride from the over $400 billion we spend on our Navy each year. We definitely pay too much of the bill to keep Europe safe. We sacrificed elements of the U.S. working class to build new middle classes across the world. These are all costs that we've paid. And yes, foreign countries should probably contribute more for these services. Trump is also right to think that the U.S. is powerful enough to extort a better deal from our allies. For the next couple decades, anyway. But what Donald Trump doesn't realize is that the price we've paid for the American world system has been worth it. From the early 1990s to 2017, the world has largely been based on cooperation. The world is run by institutions that we put together. The world used to look like Trump's vision. It was based on competition rather than cooperation. For all of human history up until 1945, war was the way that issues got settled between great powers. If Trump manages to scrap the American world system, it won't actually hurt the United States in the short term. Great power competition doesn't hurt great powers in the short term, it hurts everybody else. We won't see a U.S. war with China or Russia during a Trump administration because those countries know they would lose. But if Trump succeeds in his fight against the international order, we will see more proxy wars. We will have 10 Syrias instead of just one. Africa, Southeastern Europe, and parts of Southeast Asia will become areas for great-powered competition again. South America might be safe for a decade or two, but that wouldn't last. These continents would start to look a lot more like the Middle East. And 20 to 50 years from now, one of these small wars will start a bigger one that would likely end life as we know it. Under a Trump foreign policy, World War III is even more inevitable than it already is. For the past couple decades, we've grown comfortable looking at the Middle East as a unique problem. We tell ourselves it's about centuries-old hatreds or the oil curse, as if history and natural resources don't exist anywhere else. The Middle East is not an exception. It's the norm, historically speaking. Wide swaths of Africa, South America, and Asia looked very similar as recently as the 1970s and 1980s. The rest of the world got better in the 1990s with the end of the Cold War. But the Middle East region saw the continuation of competition between the United States and regional powers. Iran, Israel, Saudi Arabia, and now Turkey have kept the Middle East unstable for decades. The people of the powerful countries don't suffer too much, but the people of their chosen battlefields in Yemen, Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan suffer terribly. Dictators in more peaceful countries also profit from this chaos, blocking economic and political development across the region. That is what competition between great powers looks like. That's the world that Donald Trump wants to give us. He wants the rest of the world to look like the Middle East. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And you might also want to sign up for my email list. I've got a bunch of non-YouTube stuff coming up in the next couple months, and the email list is the best way to hear about it.